Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spoon here again. So, been a bit. I got kind of lazy. I was exploring a new group just like for Tether, and I'm gonna start a new little series. It's gonna be like honest. You ever seen that YouTube channel? Honest reviews on like movies or some shit. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's gonna be like that, but on groups. So we're gonna start talking about Sandhurst Academy. It's a British Army group. A lot of controversy around it. There's actually two of them. One's owned by Aaron. One's owned by Marcus. I was a part of the one owned by Aaron Reaper. I actually never met the guy because I didn't get very far. But let's just get right into it. So I started off as a you start off as a I'm not sure. I think it's like recruit or something. But you can do a test and you can be promoted to a lance corporal. And at that point, you're allowed at the academy, but as long as you abide by the dress code, which is no abnormal skin color. So like if my face is like just randomly purple, that'd be not allowed. No packages. That's a hard no. I don't know. There's some other specific ones, but I forget. That's basically it. They just don't want skin tone packages. They don't like that shit. They're like, no, eat. So, I got promoted to captain basically instantly because I, boosted the server. So if you want a quick way to get through the ranks and you have Discord Nitro, you can just boost the server and get captain. And that's like the second rank before major. Actually, no, it's the second rank before HR positions. So, to actually become an HR, you have to go through BOP, which is the British Officer Program. It's not very hard. The hardest part is, so there's 4 phases, and the hardest phase is phase 4. And basically, each phase, you would do like a different task. So for phase 1, all you do is take a you do a little obby course. You do the obby, the walls, or no, it's pads, and I actually think you do all of them except the far corridor one. I actually like that one. That one's like my favorite. This is really annoying. Wonder if this is easier. Sorry, I'm focusing. So yeah, and then phase 2 is basically the same thing, except well, actually no, it's totally different. Phase 2 is it's more of a written exam. So you go through this long test. At first they tell you, like, they give you like a long speech and you're supposed to record it all. If you're taking this test, you better fucking record it all, because the shit they say in that, you need it to pass. I also heard that apparently if you add more detail to your answers, like make them really long, you'll be more likely. Because if you make it short, they're gonna automatically deny you, even if it's right. That's what I heard. I'm not sure, but from my experience, I made a lot of my answers short and I nearly failed. So I should just making them pretty long. But I don't know how many people have the ability to do that, because it's like 40 questions long. It's ridiculous. So after that, that one right there is basically just about the leadership. That's all it is. And a bit of the codex of the which you can just find on the main Discord server, like the military codex, which is just like basically rules, and just ask you this. So it's not very hard. So after that, that's phase 3. Probably the easiest phase is you just do a practice inspection, and it teaches you how to do inspections, how to host inspections, stuff like that. That's not very crazy. And then after that would be graduation. I didn't end up going to graduation because I left before graduation because of some other drama I'm gonna get into. So there's I think 11 or 12 regiments in total. I at first decided to join AAC. I think captain rank at that point. Actually, no, I was a major because I got promoted to major, and I decided to join AAC, and I passed the exams. It wasn't that hard. Actually, I'm pretty sure the examiner was like a newbie, and didn't know what they're doing because they allowed some like idiot. They're gonna allow some idiot in. Like he could barely speak English. He was like, typical Roblox player doesn't know what they're doing. So yeah, I got accepted in AAC, which is, if you guys didn't know and you haven't been in the group, it's basically flying people. They just fly. That's it. They don't really do anything else. So I go to the first exam and I'm instantly over it. Like they make you do like 150, 150 JJs or something crazy like that, just to join a division. I'm just like, okay, bet, and I just left after that, after messing around for a bit. So after that, I applied. I did a tryout for RMP, which is Royal Military Police. The tryout, it wasn't necessarily hard. You just do the obbies, which they aren't that hard. But when you have panic issues like me, and you're panicking the entire, holy shit, this part is hard. What the hell? How are you supposed to do that? Yeah, but when you're panicking a lot, like I tend to do, you end up messing up a lot, and I failed every single one. Yeah, and I still managed to pass, which was kind of surprising. I found it a bit hard to believe that they allowed me to pass when I failed every single one. I think I did good on the faces. I think that's why I was allowed to pass. Oh, okay, well, this is fucking convenient. No, damn it. Alright, so, after that, I got accepted into RMP, and I was a recruit. Being a recruit on Royal Military Police is, honestly, pretty boring, but compared to some of the other jobs you can do, it's, pretty interesting. I say out of all of the regiments, RMP, I'd say probably ETS, and GG, and, what's it called? RAC. Those are the best regiments, which RAC is the Royal Intelligence Regiment, I think. And then RMP, Royal Military Police, which is the one I was in. And then there's, oh, fuck, I forget. I've already forgotten what I said. Let's just go on to the next point, because I'm clearly not going to remember what I was saying. Okay, so, I ended up joining, becoming a junior constable, which is the next rank after, recruit, isn't the hardest thing to do. So I should just before doing anything, just doing that, because being a recruit kind of sucks. You can't really do anything. So to become a recruit, all you have to do is do a BMPT, I think it is, and that's a British Military Police training. It's pretty simple. All you do is you start off with doing faces. I think you do elimination faces, which is when you do faces, and if you mess up, you get eliminated, and you do it until the last person. Whoever wins is like winning an obby, so you get like more credit. So for my first BMT, I don't really remember it. I'm pretty sure I passed. It wasn't very hard. After that, they take you to the classrooms, and the classrooms. Oh, these are really annoying. The classroom isn't hard. All they do is list off the guidelines of RMP, basically. So like the manual, and I already read it beforehand because I'm a smart boy. All right, I'm starting to get the hang of. Dude, how the hell do you actually do these? Holy shit. This lag is actually helping.
Group shout from BA British Army.
Well, speak of the devil. God damn it, I'm never going to get past this level. So, I'm back to where I was. So, basically, you just do the BMT. They ask you the, they don't ask you any questions, actually. Some people do, but my BMT instructor, he didn't ask anything. He just listed off all of the rules of RMP and all of the duties of RMP, and then after that, we left classroom, and we went to the bar. We did formation practice, and then after that, that's it. And then after you do formations, and or after you do your after you do your BMPT, you have to do a formation training, which is you literally just do the formations. There's only 3. It's alpha formation, which would be like one here, and like one in the middle, and that would be the front row, and this would be back, like a box. That's alpha formation. And then W formation is pretty self-explanatory. You go 3 in the front, like you're doing alpha formation, but you just have 2 in the middle of these 2. If that makes any sense, because I'm just flinging around my mouse like I'm making any sense. And then the final one is T formation, which is even easier. You just go 1 here, 1 here, 1 in the middle. So 1 on the shoulders, I guess you could call it. Fuck, dude, I hate this part. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, oh, dude, this lag is messing me up, and it's giving me like panicked anxiety. Okay, I did it. Why is it not checking? It better check. Oh, if it doesn't check, I'm actually gonna be a bit mad. Are you okay, game? Are you doing okay, buddy? I don't think this is how games work. Awkward. Oh, okay. I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, what's up, guys? We're back. I don't know what the fuck was up with that. I guess the game just decided to stop working, which is kind of whack. So, on to my next part. Rising through the ranks is actually not that hard. So, well, I mean, the first ranks. You start out as a recruit, as I've said. After that, you go to junior constable after you do your 1 BMT and your 1 FT, which is formation training and British military police training. After that, you go into a junior constable, and to get out of junior constable, I think you just have to do like 3 FTs and 3 CTs, which CTs are combat training. Those are hosted on not even hosted on the actual game. They're hosted on what's it called? Future Tops or something like that. It's a combat game. It sucks. It's honestly, the guns are awful. I hate it. I hated it every time I had to do CT. I had to host one. I had to be involved in one. If there was a CT involved, I didn't like it. I did not like the CTs. Well, that's just a personal opinion. I mean, they're not that bad, but I just don't like it how they put it on a game that you can't practice on. So you can't. The only way you can play that game is you get a VIP server. So there's no like public lobby where you can practice the guns and stuff. You have to be in a CT to practice, which is kind of stupid. So after that, there's constable and then senior constable. Become a senior constable, you have to do a short test. I actually don't remember what's on the test. It was something. I have no idea. All I remember was I got 100 out of 100 on it. It was not hard. I think there's multiple tests. I'm not sure. I forget. But yeah, going through those ranks, it's not hard. It's just a bunch of menial tasks, basically. After that are the HR ranks, which the first one is instructor, the next one's officer, next one after that is executive, and then after that, I think it's just chief. Or there might be another rank. I think there's only 4. I was actually originally planning to go for chief, which the current chief of RMP was Abdel. Adele something, I forget. Adele Effect. That was his name. Am I supposed to walk on this? What the hell is the point of this stage? Is this one of the ones? What the fuck is this? Okay, sure. So back to what I was saying. So I ended up becoming an instructor within only a week of actually being in the group. So yeah, doing the stuff, as long as you're not stupid, it's not hard. So basically after that, some stuff started going on. We got targeted constantly. I don't know what's up with RMP and the British army, whatever community, but they love targeting them. We had two inspectors basically, which they like if we're doing something wrong, they can order a reform on our group or just delete it entirely, which wouldn't happen because we're one of the main regiments. But we had two of them within the time of me staying there, which I thought was crazy. And where is it? After that, well, the first Royal Inspector, his name was like Rhino Phase or something stupid like that. He was very awful and toxic. He thought he could get away with anything because he was an inspector. He ended up calling the chief of the group multiple race, very mean words. Let's just say that. Very not nice words. So he ended up getting banned. And then our second one, actually, I think there was only one during my time. Because there was someone who wanted to do the second one, but we managed to convince him not to get another. Or no, someone offered to get us an inspector, but we said that we don't need one because they just abuse and be really annoying and useless. Which is true. They are useless. They are annoying, and they do have very minimal value. If the group is already working at a good capacity, like RMP was, which was one of the biggest biggest regiment. No, it wasn't one of them. It was the biggest regiment, which I had a lot of respect for RMP because fucking getting those stupid recruits to get together in proper lines is impressive. So skip a bit down the line. We were having a serious inactivity problem within our HR team, and so as a way to solve it, they introduced a quota, and this quota, utter bullshit, utter bullshit. Literally, I feel like it'd be hard to make it worse. So we'll start with instructors. Instructors had to do 2 BMTs, which, as I told you, the BMTs totally pointless. Only recruits can take them, and they're stupidly long. And we would host these trainings that sometimes people wouldn't even show up. And we would still have to do it because we had to complete our quota, and it would just be really stupid. I'm jumping on football right now. So next is officer, which, oh my god, I feel bad for anybody who's officer. I know some people actually left officer rank just because of the quota, because it was so ridiculous. It was like 3 tryouts, and then like 2 formatives, formation trainings, and then I think there's 2 combat trainings, or something crazy like that. It was ridiculous. They had to do a mass amount of work. They were doing the most work, actually. Well, exos and the chief. No, there was a 4th rank. What was it? It was exos and I don't know. I slipped my mind. There was one more. I totally forgot. Is instructor, officer, exo, or executive. I just can't remember now. Whatever. So basically, everyone after officer, they just started shrinking in duties they had to do, which makes sense, but still, I feel just generally it was very unfair, the quota. Like, it was a good idea, but the way it was applied was not very good. So, after that, some drama begins to happen. ETS so they work in, the HR team works in, like, divisions, or, time zones. So, there can only be a certain amount of HRs per time zone. And, I was East time zone, because I'm East time zone. It's simple. So ATS was getting really inactive, which was in their time zone. Or is it A? East with an A in front of it. I hate that one. I hate pronouncing it so much, but they were getting really inactive. So they ended up getting purged. and a lot of the members got demoted or removed, and a lot of new members were added, and that kind of shot a spiral of new people being brought into the group, and started the beginning of me hating RMP. So I really liked the group. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun times in it, but the reason I actually left was because of one of the members, specifically a member called Preston and a bunch of Hebrew shippers after that. I don't remember. So it was like late. It was like 1 in the morning, and I joined the on duty voice call, which you have to be on at all times while on duty. And I started talking, and I instantly get server muted. Now I'm used to being server muted. I get server muted a lot, and the group messes around a lot. They're pretty nice and playful sometimes, but out of nowhere, sometimes people get really serious, and you get threatened to get demoted and stuff. Most of the time it's a joke, but sometimes they're serious. Like this time, for example, where I thought it was a joke, so I started pinging Preston to get him to unmute me. And honestly, I just wanted to be on server muted because I'm getting pretty sick of being repeatedly server muted for no reason. Well, I mean, there was a reason, but it wasn't really good. It was because my microphone actually picks up my keyboard because I use my computer microphone, which isn't very good, as you can tell. That was close. I don't understand these stages. Like, you have to be pretty bad to walk through those. I watched it. And the next time that stage comes up, I'm gonna die from those. I'm calling it now. But basically, after that, he threatened to demote me if I did it one more time, and I did it one more time because I'm a little devil. And I got demoted, and then I kind of went off on him, and after that, I got exiled from RMP. So after that, I finished my BOP. And then I got to graduation, and I got to this point where I could do graduation. I was going to, and then I was gonna leave, but I decided to leave early because Preston's was just he was being really toxic, and I just kind of wanted to leave, so I was getting really sick of the toxicity in the group. There's a lot of other stuff that happened, like for example, in Verse Riot, one of the I think he's a chief, so he's a lieutenant general, which is like the second highest rank you can get besides like the COD, which is like the leader basically. I forget what it means. Fuck, dude, what does it mean? I have no idea. Okay, and then there's the vice COD, which only one person can hold for both ranks, which is whatever. So after all that happens, oh yeah, I forgot one major point. Originally, when I first joined, the chief of RMP was Divine Missile, but he ended up getting removed from chief, like around the time I became instructor, because he ended up posting not safe work imagery in the general's chat of BA, which ended up getting him actually banned from or not banned, basically banned from the group and removed from chief position, and that's how Abdel Effect became the new chief. After that, oh fuck, okay, shit, how do you do these? Okay, I did that. That totally wasn't hard. After that, all that happened, all that drama, ended up leaving. Oh wait, no, okay. Never remember what it was. Okay, back to the Universe Riot. So basically, the GG, Granite Guard, which is another regiment, one of the other bigger regiments, total torture fucking regiment. They love giving their, like, just to join or do the trainings, it's like 200 jumping jacks or something crazy like that. So him, he ended up demoting me actually one time and then threatened, almost did it twice. The first time when I was still in the lower ranks, like JC or something, and damn, there's just so much stuff to go over, all to happen. I might have to break this into a second episode. Yeah, because this is like 20 minutes. So actually, a question about my YouTube channel. Do you guys prefer longer videos or shorter videos? And on another note, Fort Tedder. Would you guys like more videos on Fort Tedder? Because I can make more content on there. Probably not police force because I have some bad blood with the owner, and I don't think he'd like me being in the group. But I can definitely like. So I've been thinking for a while. There's a group in the Fort Tether that's totally inactive. The communist group. And I was thinking about taking that over. I'm just not sure how the owner would react. How do you do this? Alright, don't ask me what just happened there because I got no idea. Fuck. Dude, I did that twice. So if you guys would like to see some more content on Fort Tether, just leave a comment, and if you guys have any suggestions for what group I should check out next, I'll put that in the comments too, because I'm looking for new groups to start getting active in. I'm inactive in one group right now. I'll make a review on after I leave the group. Basically, it's kind of the trend of it. But on another note, for video upload, don't be surprised if I like take like months and break between videos or like weeks, because collecting all this information on these groups is taking a bit, and going through the ranks and stuff, it takes a while. I also was considering doing Marcus's BA and doing a comparison. I tried it out. God, it's boring. I don't know how I did it with this with Reaper's BA, because I just did a lot of standing around, but I couldn't stand around for 10 minutes in that group. It was so boring. But I'll force myself to do it if I really have to, or I won't. And that depends on all the factors. But on that note, I think this is a good time to cut, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and maybe with a part 2 of life as a British Army soldier. Bye bye.